What y'all gonna do with that possum? Now I got a couple fun stories to tell you. I hope you love possum. You ever have possum? I'm gonna tell you two funny stories of two fellers I know. I don't know if I won't mention their names or not. They're a couple of idiots in their own right. Two alpha males. I dude, I cannot believe what people do. People I know. Possum did the big old rat. Alright, now I'm gonna tell you about that. The possum is just a big old rat now. I'm enjoying what I can do with my mouth and teeth. Talent beyond measure. I got this buddy of mine. He showed me a picture one time of a rat. Alright, now we're not talking one of them cute little white little precious little rats that you buy at the pet store that people buy to feed their snakes. Alright? Now those are normal sized rats, maybe 4 to 6 inches long, 3 to 4 inch tail. That's an education if you got any interest in knowing about possums and rats. This buddy of mine, he showed me a picture one time of, he told me it was a rat. And he had that thing by the tail and holding it up beside his leg. Now this man's a little on the puny side. He's got that little man syndrome. You know what I'm talking about. He's got something to prove. But he's still a normal man, I guess. He's just a little puny. Maybe 160 pounds. Thinks he's dynamite. Anyway, he showed me a picture of that rat. He had that rat holding it by the tail, and it was alongside his leg. Even with a puny man, a rat's not going to take up half of that leg of that thyroid or that thigh, whatever them doctors people call that big leg muscle. And I kid you not, that thinking thing took over half his leg. Just the body of it. So that thing was like 8 to 12 inches big. And he showed me that picture and I said, dude, that's a possum. I thought he was just a dumb idiot. Well, he is a dumb idiot, but I thought he was a dumb fool, just plumb out his head, thinking he had a big old rat when it was a possum. And I wouldn't put past this fella to know the difference between a rat and a possum any more than I expect him to know the difference between a beaver, and a muskrat. But I kept looking at that picture. He kept swearing to me it was a rat, and I kept looking at that, and by golly, it was a rat. And this thing was running around his house. He had holes all up in that floor, and he was up in that bedroom of his, running around. And he got himself a BB gun, and he was shooting that rat. Well, a rat that big, no BB gun gonna kill him. He had to shoot him multiple times. I'll tell you what, I'd love to see some New York City slicker doing this up in their little condo. Now, he's a puny man, but he's a real man. He was shooting up that thing. He was up on the dresser, underneath the bed. Now, he kept shooting it. He got underneath the bed. It's all bloody out his nose, snot. Waiting for it to come out. He had a acetylene tank in his bedroom. Now he's shooting up. I tell you what, only in Tennessee. I know he's from Kentucky. So, but he ended up killing that rat. And he's about big as a possum. Well, that's one funny story. I guess you're not going to hear too many of them stories like that. And then my brother, he called me a day. He's all wondering, how in the world do I crawl up on them crawl spaces and take care of them snakes and take care of them coons and possums and skunks and snakes. I mean, he's a big old boy. He screamed like a little girl when it come down the road, and especially snakes. My, he called me one day, he just talking about how I do that stuff. I said, listen, I might be moving back out that way, and you might have to work for me. Hey, ain't no way I'm going to work for you. I ain't going to get up on there. He said, I'll be in the middle of a gang, all kinds of guys threatening to kick my butt, and I'll be there, I'll be all up in their face taking care of business. But you get me around a little snake or a little rat, at least he admits to it. He run away like a little schoolgirl. And so he proceeded to tell me one time how he had to kill a possum. And probably swatting out like a little girl. He had to beat a possum with a billy club, or whatever you call them club that those police officers wear. You ought to not be afraid of possum. If you're afraid of possum, you ought not to be a policeman. So that's when he was a policeman. And there were some... I don't get people sometimes. You know, I'm so evolved. I don't know why more people are not like me. Oh, he had to beat that stinking possum with that little billy club or that police stick. And he wouldn't die. Man, I wish I had video of that. Well, anyway, what you gonna do if you ever come across a possum? What you gonna do if you ever come across a rat? Well, you can call my brother's place, or not my brother, my cousin, Tougher Pest Control. Topher. You can call him up and he'll take care of that for you. 865-888-2557.